All right, welcome back to Two Dads, One Sippy Cup. We're here. It's been a long week for both of us, I think, so it's it's good to be here to finally have a discussion. We haven't talked at all since our last business meeting. We'll call these business meetings, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, so how many times did I call you?
I think like four times and a voicemail.
How many times did you answer?
None. I didn't answer at all.
Hmm. So what you're saying is this is a one-way relationship, it seems.
Yeah, it seems that way. Um, it seems
It
like you
seems.
are always trying to call your business partner outside of work hours. And I
Mm.
feel like that's not cool. It's 2022. Actually, I think you're not supposed to say it like that. That sounded funny. It's 2022.
Dude, it's 2022, man.
That's what I said. I said what I said.
Do you
Yeah.
normally say it that way?
I've never said it that way my whole life. 2022. I've definitely never
First
said
time,
that.
first time for everything.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember. So I got home last. Okay. So this week, I didn't have a bad dad moment, but I do want to start with this. My wife picked up an extra shift this week, and
Mm.
also had to go to some meetings. So she was gone Monday through Friday, and then also today. And like it took its toll on me. I'm done. Like I woke up this morning and like I didn't think I was gonna be tired. Like I went to bed at a normal time yesterday, but I just was like shot.
Well, that single parent life can get to you. It can wear you down, and it doesn't even mean anything bad happened. It's just like you're just like I've had enough so far.
Yeah, like today, honestly, there were no tears. There was nothing bad. It was just there was a lot of vomit today though, to be honest. Um, didn't love that.
Well, it's not really vomit. It's just
No,
spit up,
it was
no? Or is
vomit
it
today.
vomit?
Today was vomit. Today was it was colored. It was orange. That's not milk. Is that not supposed to happen
Yeah,
though? I mean, I guess.
yeah, but it's liquidy. It's not.
Yeah, it's liquidy. It smells like vomit. Like I don't know. He put his hand in my face and like in my mouth, and I was like what the fuck is that? And then like
That's vomit.
yeah, and then I like went into the playroom thing, and I was like, what the fuck is that all over the mat? And it was just like a little pile of vomit, and you could tell he was like rubbing his hand around it and shit.
Yeah, for Michael, like to this day, like if there's like something on the floor, like a liquid, he wants to like either. I don't know if he thinks he's like rubbing it in or like if he thinks that's how you just get rid of it. I don't know,
Yeah, it's like
but he
they
does that.
spread it out.
Yeah, like I don't know what you're doing, man, but you're not helping the situation.
No, definitely not. So I had to change him two times because of that. And then I'm standing outside. I'm trying to like grill while I'm holding him. And this
That
mother.
sounds like that sounds particularly dangerous.
I mean, I had to make dinner, man, and I only had wings, so like I wasn't gonna just throw them in the oven. So like what I was doing is I had the like the plastic not the bathtub, the plastic pool out there, and it was empty. So I would just like put them in the plastic pool and then like grill and then go pick them up. So I'm
Why don't
picking.
you like fill it a little bit?
I thought I was going to, but then I was like I gotta get them naked, and then it was just like I didn't want to do that. So then I was holding him, peed all over my side. Just like I was like sitting there with him, and I'm like, why am I all wet? And he peed through the
You
diaper.
guys, you still haven't figured out this diaper situation?
No, it was a full diaper. I didn't change it because I was like, he's gonna poop soon. So I was like, it just got away from me, man. It was a long day. It got like,
So what you're saying is it was a long week. It was a long week.
it just yeah. I was like, I'm not changing. It was like the diaper was like half full, and I was like, I'm not changing this right now. He's gonna poop. I'm gonna change it again. I don't want to
You
change.
know he's gonna poop.
I
How
don't
did you know
know.
that?
It's just like typically he poops a lot.
So you let your son stay in a full diaper because you thought he would poop soon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When you go to the bathroom, do you pee, flush, then poop, then flush again? No, you
That
do it all
it's
in one
not the
shot.
same.
It's
It's
the
not the
same.
same.
That's the same.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you didn't know when he was gonna poop.
I had a feeling.
Did he poop?
No.
Yeah. So fuck your feeling. Your
The thing,
feeling was S.
here's the feeling. He farted so much in my hand when I was holding him. I was like, this guy's gonna take a shit. I'm not gonna change him right now. He did.
Isn't it weird how like that doesn't like affect you?
It is, yeah.
Like someone just like pooping on you like while you hold like if I sat on your lap and shit myself, you would be very upset.
Oh yeah, no. I don't even know. Like I think I might just end it all like right there.
Like would I be involved in the ending? Like I would also be the ending?
Yeah,
Like
probably
would
murder, a homicide, suicide, whatever you call that, murder, suicide. We'd both be done. There'd be That's too much. It's too much.
it probably wouldn't be nice.
No, no.
So what are some other things that your son could get away with that I couldn't? Sticking my
This is
vomit
good.
covered
Yeah.
sticking my vomit covered hand in your mouth? Could I do
Honestly,
that to
it
you?
doesn't even have to be vomit covered. Just like the fact that they just like stick. Like this morning, he was just sticking his finger up in my nose. I was like, "What are you doing, man? Just drink your." He was like drinking his bottle, but like also like trying to like see how far he can get his finger up my nose.
He was learning about noses.
I guess, yeah. Um, Other things, I mean, like he just like always has his feet like trying to get near my face. Like he's
Ooh, so you're saying I couldn't do that to you?
No,
You wouldn't like
no,
it?
I would not like that. Like not even a little bit.
So I definitely don't have pretty feet.
I don't care what kind of feet you have. I don't want like feet near my face. I do
You're not
not
a
like
foot
that.
guy. You're not a foot
Not really
guy.
a foot guy. Like, dude, even last night Marissa came home from work and she was like, "Can you massage my feet?" I'm like, "No, dude. Like, you just worked all day. Like, go clean up. Then I'll fucking rub your toes." Like,
I don't know. I was around someone one time who
I
did
did.
something to
I
some.
there was that one time.
So
I think that
you
one
know.
time had a little bit to do with Coronas filled
Mm,
with Bacardi, though. So I'm gonna give myself a pass on that one.
hmm. I I kind of see what you're saying. I kind of see what you're saying. I feel like it's fair. Fair.
So you had a weekend off this weekend.
Yeah, I had a weekend off. We did a little post boys weekend trip. Me, Danny, CJ. Um, where we kind of literally did nothing. We went. We left Friday night. I got there around 10 p.m. with Danny. Um, and Chris got there around 11 or 12, maybe even 12, late. And then we just hung out, drank some beers, went to sleep, and did it all over again yesterday.
Nice.
And then I got completely crushed in traffic, so I basically wanted to die.
That's always good. Was there traffic on Long Island, like coming back in too? Was it just like
No,
the whole way?
it was from the jump. So normally from my house, no traffic, right? It's 2 hours 40 minutes.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so going there, it took like 2 hours 50 minutes. Cool. Today, coming home, 4 full hours. And it's not like 4 hours of like you're on the highway the same way and you're just crawling. It was my phone was doing everything in its power to help me, but I think made my life more miserable.
Right.
Like it took me side streets
Oh
for an
God.
hour out of Pennsylvania, bro. Like an hour. Then it took me side streets in New Jersey. Like and it was bad.
Let me ask you this.
What did you just do?
I had an itch, and I want to itch my nose on camera with my finger.
All right.
Let me ask you this: is there any level of guilt, like leaving, like where
So
you?
I felt like tremendous guilt. Like
Yeah, the
all
whole time.
like all week, bro.
Right. Right.
Like for many reasons. For my wife, um, for Michael and like I'm at a point, bro, where like he can he grows so fast right now. And it's like one day he be doing something and the next day he can learn something completely new.
Right. Right.
And it's like I just felt guilty for missing it for
So you're getting FOMO but not for going out, for staying. You're getting FOMO of staying in. Like you don't even want
I'm
to go out
getting, yeah.
because you're gonna have FOMO from.
Yeah, see, you lost your FOMO. I gained
You.
FOMO separate in a different way.
So you got your FOMO. You got your FOMO back. Kind of like how
I
Austin Powers got his mojo back.
Yeah, I got my FOMO back,
All right.
and I'll tell you, like, I didn't, not that I didn't have fun. I had a great time, and it was nice to relax. But I thought about Michael a lot, especially like at a brewery. There were like kids running around.
Right. Right.
And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the time where I could sit on the couch and like sit sit there
Right.
or sleep and not like have to think about a monitor going off or where's the monitor, like can I hear it, like anything. So yeah, that was nice. I'll tell you what was really nice, not having Michael in the car for both times.
I was gonna say that 4 hour ride could have been a lot worse.
So that 4 hour ride happened to me. It was a 5 hour extravaganza
Right.
on Memorial Day. So that wasn't fun. But more specifically, I'm talking the 4 hours would have been brutal. But going up on a Friday night, the last time I did that, my uh I was having issues with my phone and it got wet, so the volumes buttons were broken, so it would
Uh,
constantly lower my volume. So the last time we went up, I had my Michael will fall asleep in the car and I'll put my AirPods in or one. I'll put one
right.
AirPod
Right.
in and I was like trying to listen to an audiobook or whatever and it kept lowering the volume. So I had to drive 2 hours in the pitch black while listening to white noise over the car speakers.
Yeah. Like that's the thing. I feel like that's the thing with kids. It's never something. It's never this giant thing that's like ruining your day, but it's just like this little inconvenience that's like I can't do. I'm not gonna be happy right now because I want my kid to be happy. Like I'm going to
Yeah,
make myself unhappy so that he will be happy, and like I feel like that's
bro,
the shitty part.
agreed, but that's not even unhappy. That is just like fighting sleep. Like
Yeah,
I'm having
true.
a death match with sleep because I it's pitch black. You're in the middle of nowhere, and you're listening to noise that's supposed to help people sleep.
Yeah, I mean that's ridiculous. That's crazy.
That's like the same thing as taking like a bottle of Dayquil and like walking around being like, oh, I'm fine.
No.
Like no, you're gonna go to sleep.
Fuck.
So definitely the idea of traveling without him was nice. I mean,
Right.
and it's weird because I don't want to like sound like, oh, it's nice to not have him around. Like that's obviously not the case. But it's like
But it's
I'm
nice.
sure
It is
I'm
nice
sure
sometimes.
as you are, since you're a jet setter yourself, I'm sure you would much rather handle that travel time alone
Yeah, I mean
than
the
with.
thing is like you have to be prepared at all times. Like when I travel like to work and stuff, I just like have my bag and I can go sit in a bar or I can just go sit in my seat and read my book or I can just like watch TikToks or whatever the fuck. But like
Or do
yeah, like you could just do nothing. Um, but like yeah, like this weekend I'm flying to New York and like I'm just gonna get to the airport. I don't have to worry about anything. I walk in, I check my, I can go to the bathroom. I can, you know what I mean? Like it's just those little things, like where it's like,
how incredible is it to say like just go to the bathroom, like that's some like hard task. That's not supposed to be a hard task. That's supposed to be a rather simple one.
dude, I literally was taking a piss today, and he's always like, he has to be in the bathroom with me, obviously, and he's like crawling around in the bathroom. He comes over to me, fucking climbs up my leg, and like he's like trying to stand on me while I'm peeing, slips, falls, hits his face on the wall, like bites his bottom lip. He's hysterical crying. I gotta finish peeing. I'm not gonna stop at this point. Like,
No, you can't stop that stream.
so it was like it just it's brutal. And then like even like flossing, brushing my like I have a whole system I do every morning because I'm like I sit there on the carpet flossing my teeth while he like climbs all over me. Like it would just be nice to floss my teeth standing up like an adult. You know?
What kind of a who flosses their teeth?
Dude, people that don't have cavities.
All right.
Like,
What do you think the percent of people is that floss their teeth? Like really?
in
Like
my,
what's the real percent?
I don't know. I don't know. I try to do it once a day.
Does your wife?
No.
Yeah. No, I knew there was no shot that was happening. I've tried. I really have. Like I've tried to get into that. I can't do it, man. I feel like brushing, morning, night is good enough.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
it was good enough for me for a while, and then I just started flossing. You know what it really was for me that made me start? The dentist told me that she noticed I hadn't been flossing, and I was like, "How could you possibly know that?" I was like, "You don't know
they
that."
can't. Nah, they're lying.
So what I did was I flossed every day for 6 months, and went back, and I was like, "Do you notice anything? Like, do you notice anything different?" And she was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "How do my teeth look today?" And she was like, "Good. Have you been flossing?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Yeah, it looks better." I'm like, "I don't
Oh
think
my
you
god,
know."
no.
Like, I don't.
You should have tried. You should have
I know.
lied.
I know. I didn't have a plan. I wasn't planning it. So
That's like if you go into like one of those uh like people who can like talk to dead people or whatever, or they something like that, and they're like you like tell them like
my
your
grandma.
answer,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah, I was definitely gonna say, yeah, I'm talking to Alicia, so I'm talking to Alicia, and like that's how I feel like you did. You totally blew it
I blew
up. You
my
should
cover.
just
Yeah.
like, why didn't you just go in like normal? Why were you like, have you? Are they better? Do you notice anything?
I don't know because I wanted to know.
No, you should have played it cool, man. You totally blew it.
I mean, what are you gonna do, dude? How about this? Let me ask you this question. I keep getting told I gotta bring my kid to a dentist. I don't think I'm gonna do it.
I'm telling you right now, I don't see a dentist in Michael's future for a long time.
Yeah, like, bro, I even sticking the toothbrush in his mouth, like right now, is like a battle beyond a battle. Like, what is the dentist gonna do? Like, what is he like? What is he gonna do?
Bro, I'm lucky if we can brush Michael's teeth. The only way we do is if we give it to him and he just like plays with it for like 10 minutes.
Right, right, right.
And I'm like, that counts. That counts.
It's good enough, dude.
Because so he had his 18-month appointment on Friday. Um so I wasn't there, but Nicole told me in the waiting room he was fine because they opened up the waiting room for the first time since COVID, I guess, which is nice. Uh, in the room he was fine. The second someone walked into the room, screaming, real life tears, um, bugging out. The second they walk out, he goes like wipes his face of the tears and he's like nothing happened. Come back in, boom, instantly starts again. So yeah, I'll take him to the dentist. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I guess I truly don't see the point. They're not gonna clean this kid's teeth. If he has a cavity, what are we gonna fill it? Get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah, I
get
don't know
out
how
of
that
here.
works.
No,
I don't know how that
you're
works.
not pulling my infant son's teeth. So like, I'm not coming to waste my money. It's a scam, dude. I didn't go to a dentist as a fucking baby. Did you? There's no way you did. There's just no way. There's no way we did.
Not at that age, bro. It's so young. I mean,
The doctor's like, well, once they have teeth, I'm like, what?
yeah. So what my pediatrician told us was this is a while ago. Obviously, she was like, it's recommended to go to a dentist at like 1, and she's like, but there's no point for you. She straight up said that. She's like, he cannot sit still. Like what? There's not if he's not gonna sit still,
What are they
there's no
gonna do?
point.
Yeah,
Like you're just gonna leave. Like so, yeah. The dentist hasn't even been a discussion.
yeah, like, yeah, fuck that. Get out of
I
here.
don't know. Like, let's. What do they do anyway? You're gonna do a cleaning. You're gonna like they're gonna ask him if he's been flossing. You think?
I mean, that's the thing. Like, what would they possibly do? Like, there's literally
I
nothing to
think
do.
it's yeah. I think it's probably more checkup purposes, right? Like I don't think it's a cleaning.
Yeah, I mean, still though, it just seems like such a fucking ripoff. It just feels like a money grab. Like, I don't
Oh,
even.
isn't it?
I mean, I
Yeah, I
guess,
mean
but
it
you go to the
probably
doctor
is.
and you get your shots. You know what I mean? Like, does he get shots at 18 months or no?
Yeah, but apparently no shots next time.
Nice. How did he do with the shots this time?
So I mean he cries, but he's fine. He
Right.
it actually like must have made him like exhausted because he slept till 8:30 yesterday.
I know Nicole sent that snap, and I was like, "Holy
Eight
cow!"
thirty, dude. That's later than like I could sleep.
Yeah, for sure.
So he must like I don't know what was in him. I don't even know what they were, but it knocked him the fuck out. That's for damn sure.
My mom will always ask me that. What shots did he get this time? I don't fucking know.
I, well, I asked Nicole and she said she didn't know, and I wouldn't know either. They write it on the paper, but how can I read that? How
Yeah,
can I read that paper? What does it say? It says nothing.
I just feel like as
Scribble.
long as the doctor knows, like, we're all on the same page. Then, like, I don't need to know. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
like,
What am I gonna do? Question her? What are you giving him? Okay. And what is this for? Like, oh, what are the pros and cons? And does it end? Right? Like, where does your question end?
yeah, like, yeah, exactly. What are they gonna say to me that I'm gonna be like, we don't need that. Like, he doesn't need to go to school that badly.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
like at what point would you be like, oh no, no? Like, so I will say, I have zero intention on giving Michael the COVID vaccine.
oh, I agree. Yeah, I said that to Marissa the other day. And even the flu vaccine, I was like just like unsure about because I was like, I didn't
So
know. I was like, didn't know if you're supposed to do that.
yeah, so actually, when Michael got his, I'll never forget. I took him myself. Nicole was at work. I took him. The doctor goes, okay, he could get a flu shot today, and I was like, okay. She's she was like, do you give me consent? And I go, I don't know. Should I? Like, what do you recommend? You're the doctor.
This is the exact conversation I had with her.
And she said, I recommend it, yes. I go, okay, give it. She goes, why don't you call your wife? Wh- So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm a dad. That means I'm a piece of shit or something. Um, so I call Nicole. I'm like, Nicole, they want to give him a flu shot. And she goes, okay. And I go, do you want to do it? Nicole goes, what does the doctor think? I go, okay, here we are. So I don't know. She said do it, so we'll do it. I don't understand. Like, unless I'm avidly against something, like I get it's her job and she was doing,
Right,
what she had to do,
right,
right?
right.
But unless I'm actively against something, I have no idea what the fuck it is. Like, if
Yeah, like that's what I said. Like I said to her, I was like, should I get it? And she was like, well, probably because if he gets the flu, I'm like, I understand how vaccines work. Do we need to give it to him? She's like, I would give it to him. I'm like, okay. She goes, oh,
yeah,
actually, they're all expired. I'm like, okay, because we're not giving it to him. Like,
what?
that's what happened to me. Yeah,
What?
that's what happened.
I don't even understand. So, first of all, why do they still have them?
I think what it was that like I think that they were like it was like May, right, or something, and like we were able to get the first one, but we had to come back in a month for the second one. And she was
Mhm.
like, by the time you come back, that one will be expired, so it's not worth getting just the one or something. I feel like it was something like that.
That makes sense. That makes sense. But either way,
Yeah.
I, isn't that something they should have figured out prior to like I don't know
Asking
off-
me? Like,
offering it? Like,
they should just already be like, we should throw away all these flu vaccines because the date's bad.
yeah,
Like,
it shouldn't be like, oh, where do we keep those flu shots again? Like
are those
I
somewhere in the
forgot.
back of the closet? Like they're in the junk drawer at the doctor's office?
They're
Like,
pulling shit out. Has anyone seen these damn flu vaccines?
oh no, no,
Shit.
this one's from 2012. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, how'd that one get in there?
holy shit.
How stupid. I just hate. Honestly, the worst part about taking your child to the doctor is almost every fucking time they're getting some sort of shot, and it's always more than one.
Always more than one, dude. It's always like
Like,
fucking four of them.
why?
Like
Why can't it be like, all right?
one,
First of all, like, even if we have to do it, right, can't it just be one fucking shot? Can we make like a big concoction? Like,
right?
here you go.
Yeah, like why can't they just mix it all? Is there some reason against
No,
that?
we have to like shoot him up with it, and then as he's screaming, do the other arm. Like, come on, man, it's too much.
Dude, you know the one that they make them drink? You remember that? I don't know. There was one that they made him drink. It was like a
I
whatever.
don't remember.
I don't know. I think it was like rotavirus. If I think that is the one it was
I mean,
actually.
I don't know if Michael drank that, but he did get that. But
The lady goes, "Wow, he did so good with that. Do you think he's gonna do good with the shots?" And
yeah, they're totally the
I'm like,
same.
"What, dude? You just gave him a candy flavored drink? Like, I think the shots will go differently if you had to ask. Like,
So, at what age do you think like getting a shot isn't a big deal anymore?
I specifically remember being on the bus in the fourth grade, thinking my mom was gonna forget that we had to take shots, and then crying the whole way to the doctor. So,
Wow, you were such a bitch.
yeah, I mean, I definitely was a bitch. That every time I called the doctor's office and asked for like records, that the only reason I was is because I had to call when I got my mortgage for some reason. Um,
That's strange.
it was something. It was something like right around that time. Like I feel like whatever it was right around the time that I was getting my mortgage. I had to call the doctor's office for something.
So
Um,
I'm telling you right now, the mortgage company did not ask for your medical
you
records.
don't think? Maybe it was like I forget what the fuck it was. Maybe it was like a job, like because I worked in the nursing home, so like I think it had something to do with that. Whatever.
That would make more sense.
Yeah.
They want to you want to make sure you have your vaccines and stuff, but I don't. The fact that you even for a
I,
second were
f-
like, yeah,
I still
you
feel
know,
like it was because of the mortgage.
Chase Bank called. They want to see if I got my shots in fourth grade.
Anyways, every time I call them, they'll be like, "Oh, Del Judas, I remember you guys." Because apparently we used to like kick the nurses, like
Bro, what?
when they were holding us down, like to give us the shots. Like we'd be kicking our legs, and like apparently this lady had bruises like up and down her shins.
I mean, I told you the story of Michael's the nurse as a doctor was my nurse, right? When I was a kid.
Oh no, I don't. I didn't know that.
You never heard that story?
No.
All right, it's actually a good story. So it was early on in Michael's appointments. You know, how you go every month. It would, could have
Right,
been
right.
like 3, 4 months, whatever. We walk in, and I'm wearing a mask. Keep in mind, So she goes, Lupola. That sounds familiar. I had a Lupola, and he looks just like you. And she says the name of the doctor. Now, my doctor's name growing up was a woman doctor. Lalia was her name. And that's not the name she said, but she ended up saying the name of the practice,
Oh, okay.
which why the fuck would I know that? So I go, maybe it was my cousin Nicholas, I was because they used to go there too.
Okay.
She's like, no, that doesn't sound right. And she like said, oh, his mom had blonde hair. So I was like, oh, then it was probably Nicholas because Nicholas is my aunt has blonde hair. And then I like called her back. I called my mom, and my mom was like, no, that was you. And so I called the nurse and tell her it was me.
You just
And like,
called the nurse. Wait, hold on. So you just called the nurse to let her know?
well, because it was like a big conversation that we had. So I called her to tell her that she used to take care of me. Like I called the doctor's offices and asked, like I had just left. It's
Right,
not
right,
like
right.
it wasn't like hours later. It was like I literally pulled out of the parking lot, called my mom, and then called.
Okay.
Um, and then it turns out like she was the nurse. What are they? Are they nurses? I don't know what these people are.
What, I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on like what they are. you know?
Uh, so apparently this woman was the only woman I let give me shots.
Oh, really?
Like that was it. The only nurse. And I wouldn't go in if she wasn't there apparently. Um so yeah, she was there for a while and then we stopped like getting Saturday appointments and they have two offices so they like moved her back and forth.
Hmm.
But she literally remembered me and my mom remembered her cuz like she took a picture with Michael and I sent it to my mom. Um so yeah, we had the same like nurse.
That's pretty
So
funny.
that's kind of like one of those things where it's like, all right, I'm in the place I'm supposed to be kind of situations.
Right, right, right.
Like I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like I was supposed to have a kid now. I was supposed to bring him to this pediatrician, like that kind of
Like it
thing.
feels
I don't
good
know.
being there because you're like, oh, I trust this woman. She's been here. She remembers me. Like
Yeah, so which is pretty crazy. Like that was a long time ago,
it
dude.
is, yeah. But I guess that's the thing. Like they like kids. Like otherwise, would they really work in a job where they have to give shots to kids? Like
Talk about horrible.
seriously, that's a rough job. Like just constantly inflict pain upon children. Like
One nurse. So when Michael was really sick, like a couple months ago, like way more sick than he was when he had COVID.
right, right. When I
He
came to your
was,
house.
yeah, basically, he was fighting this nurse, and the nurse was like, "Jesus Christ, he is so strong." I'm like, "Yeah, you're fucking telling me, lady." I'm the one pinning him down right now as you poke him and stick shit up his nose. Like, I the worst part about today's like climate is everything is COVID. Like, I found it doesn't mean I have COVID. Like, well, I don't truly, especially for my son, right? I don't get the purpose of testing him for COVID if if like we if he hasn't been exposed to someone we know. What is the point? It's not like
Something's going on with the audio. It's all
we're
fixed.
good.
Yeah, we're good.
The audio producer Vinny has fixed our issues.
It
I
might not
repeat,
even have
he's.
sounded bad on recording, but it just like was like robotic in my ear. Um,
So what you're saying is, you're stupid.
Probably.
All
Um,
right. So what I was saying
yeah.
is, what is true? For like me, it doesn't matter. Test me for COVID, makes sense. I go out into the world,
Right.
and like, whatever. I don't. Not that I like it, but I don't care to get the stupid stick up my nose. Um, like it. Do I like it? No, I dislike it, but it's not gonna ruin me. Whereas, like, why do we need to do that to my son? For
You're like,
what? He's
I don't
sick.
have
He's
it.
staying.
Like,
He's staying home. No one I know has COVID. What is the
right.
point of doing that to him when it's not like I'm going to send him to daycare? He's very sick.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Like, I want to ask the question: when we know he has COVID, does that somehow change the course of treatment? Like,
Yeah, because it means no fucking treatment. It just means stay home.
yeah,
Like, because what are you gonna tell me? Oh, he needs to stay home. Keep an eye on. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that if he's sick. So what's the fucking difference?
bro, it's pretty weird. I was at work at the office for 5 days. 3 of the days I was working with my coworker who had COVID the whole time. He was sick, like very sick, like coughing all over the place, like sick. Like he shouldn't have been at work either way. But like whatever. It's not like my place to say like whether or not you should come to work sick or whatever. But I was thinking to myself, this is kind of weird. This guy probably has COVID. Like what the fuck? Ends up COVID. I didn't get it. Like why not? Like it's so contagious, but why didn't I get it? Like I haven't I gotten it yet?
You've
Everybody's got
never had it.
no.
Have you ever had antibody testing?
I know.
Hmm. I mean,
Marissa
beats
swears
me.
she had it, but I'm like, you tested negative. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but what kind of test? Like an at home
Yeah, like
or at work?
the one the post office sends.
Yeah, so that's there are a lot of false negatives there.
True.
Um,
I mean, we
but
were both sick right around the same time, but I just kind of was like, it could just be like I get a cold every year. Like, it could just
well,
be
that's the thing I hate is like I would go to the doctor, like my sinuses are killing me. I have like disgustingness coming out of my throat, my mouth, like my nose, everything. And I walk into the urgent care, whatever, and they just want to test me for COVID. I'm like, test me for other shit, dude. Like, I don't. They're like they walk in, they just want to give you the test, and then to be like, all right, we'll call you with the results. Well, what do I do now? That's when Michael got sick last time. They tested him for COVID and the flu. They I got like a text saying flu is negative. The next day I got COVID negative. Nobody even called me and told me like what to do. Like my son is very sick. They weren't even like They're like, oh, it's not COVID, so
Yeah, like that's what it. There's no treatment. It's just like you either have COVID or you
yeah,
don't. Like either stay home or stay home.
yeah. Like, okay, well, thanks for telling me it's not COVID, but my son is still very sick. What are you
What should
gonna
I
do
do?
for me?
Yeah,
Like,
that's crazy.
it's almost like it made me feel like I'm going crazy. Like, what do you, like? I'm just supposed to know like how to handle all these things.
Exactly. Like I came to the doctor for help, not for COVID test. Like,
I'll never forget. Like the doctor, you'll show up to the doctor and they'll be like, especially when you're going once a month. Now
yeah,
it's different. And they'll be like, "Oh, did you start? Is he having this many whatever?" And I'm like, "No. How the fuck was I supposed to know to do that? Aren't you supposed to tell me? I don't
bro.
know if she's
Yeah.
supposed to tell me, but I feel like she is."
I feel like yeah, they should mention how much food you're supposed to give the kid. Like they should mention that. Like how else would I know? Like the lady, the doc, I keep saying the lady. She's not a doctor. I think she's a nurse practitioner. Whatever the fuck. She's like I told her what I'm like. I think we're doing great. I tell her all about what we're feeding him. She's like, you got to be
Mm.
doing at least double that. I'm like, well, don't you think you should have fucking mentioned that last month? Like,
Yeah. So it's weird. I don't know. I don't know if we're just supposed to know that or like look it up or if we're supposed to be dependent on the doctor. I don't know. I feel like based off both of our experiences, I feel like we're supposed to know from
yeah, like
other
it
means.
feels like we're supposed to find out some other way. Like dude, I'm on the phone with my grandma today. She's and the kid's eating. She's like, what's he doing? I'm like, he's eating. She's like, by himself? I'm like, well, no, I'm sitting here. And she goes, you're not feeding him? I'm like, no. Like, like what do you mean? Like he's 9 months old. He's eating. He's feeding himself. And she's like, you have to be feeding him. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like he doesn't want me to feed him. He just wants to grab the green beans and shove them in his face. Like he doesn't
Yeah,
need like if we were basing this on like our elders, like we'd be just giving him a bunch of rice cereal. It'd just be rice
that's all it
cereal
is.
for all the meals. Like
So,
just rice cereal in a bottle with
here's some
milk.
rice cereal. Hey, it works, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess it worked.
Yeah, the times are different, man. You know, that's just what they know.
Yeah, I mean,
Leave 'em alone.
it's. I mean, yeah, I mean, I get it. Like times are definitely different, but like, but you can't expect me to. You can't ask me and then have an expectation of an answer, and not have given me the expectation prior. Like,
Yeah, yeah, and then they're like, "Well, why?" And you're like, "What do you mean? That's just what it." Even if you like were wrong, like so. Even if your son was sitting there throwing every piece of food in front of him on the floor, if that's how you want to teach him to eat, I don't know what to tell anyone. That's how you want to teach him to eat. Like, what's the difference of
yeah,
like? Eventually, he'll be like, "Shit! If I stop throwing this on the floor, I'll be able to eat it."
he's actually learned a new cause and effect. Cause is like if I throw this food on the floor, I get to watch the dog eat it. So that's his
That's
new.
fun.
It's a new game he plays with the dog.
So Michael's latest thing in general is, I guess he's developing like imagination and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Um, so he is becoming more obsessed with stuffed animals,
I
like
saw some of those videos. That's pretty
toy
cool.
toys. Like he makes us legitimately feed like fake animals, and he makes this noise when they're eating. That's the noise he makes, and it's becoming like not a problem, but it's like making meals difficult.
Right.
And more specifically for my wife, because obviously she's home right now with him. And it's like he takes one bite and then he refuses to take one bite until he like feeds like four animals in the house. And
So
it's not okay.
no imaginary friend yet, though.
Imaginary friends scare me.
You think it's
But
gonna happen
no,
though?
I hope not. Because
It
then like
sounds like you're heading that direction, though,
what if it's like not imaginary and it's like a ghost? Like I don't like that
bro.
shit.
First off, we're not living in a world with ghosts. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's like,
Is that what you want to believe or that's what you really believe?
no, dude. No, dude. There are no ghosts. There
How
just
do
are
you
not.
know?
What do you
How do you
mean?
know that?
What do you mean? The same way I know that there's no dinosaurs.
Dude,
Do you see any
I'm
dinosaurs?
Wait, do you not believe in dinosaurs?
I don't believe that they're here right now.
But do you believe that they existed?
Yeah, dude, I believe they existed. It's
I
for the
don't.
same reason I don't believe that you don't believe that dinosaurs existed.
No, I got into a talk about that this morning with Dan. I don't. I don't believe it. I think it's all fake.
No, I can't agree with you there. But what's your question?
Why can't you agree, like even remotely agree?
What do you even mean? What do you even mean? Have you never
How
have you
like
never been to a museum,
what does that mean? They can't be fake things in a museum?
bro? They're not. That's just like
Why?
saying. What do you mean? That's just like saying every painting ever made is just like all fake. They're all fake. They're just printed.
What do you mean? You can easily get gypped. Easily.
All right, man. Dinosaurs don't exist. If that's the world you want to live in your ghost reality with no dinosaurs.
I'm just saying, man.
Did like
w-
did the
Why
world
are
start
there no
2,000 years ago too for you?
why
Like,
are there no dinosaurs around is what I want to know.
what do you mean? The asteroid.
Oh, so the asteroid like did what? It killed them all forever?
Yeah, that's what it did.
Uh,
That's a fact.
okay, so then why didn't they never come back? Like how did they get there?
Get where?
Well, how did they get on Earth?
They didn't get on Earth. It's called
So what happened?
evolution. I'm not going to explain evolution to you right now, man.
Why didn't it happen again?
Why didn't it happen again? It wasn't enough years, bro. We are
What
here
do you
now.
mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So before the last dinosaurs, we were there.
There were no before the last dinosaurs. Like
How
what?
do you know?
Just do some research, man, and just you know what? There's a ghost behind you. You should go talk to him about
Okay,
this.
all I'm saying is you're just believing the man, dude. You're
Okay.
believing the man, and you're just following like a little
So,
sheep or a puppet or whatever you are.
okay. I'm fine with being a puppet. But let me so you think that your son Michael is going to be friends with a ghost like in sort of like a sixth sense type scenario. That's what you're
No,
feeling like your
that,
life holds for you?
no, I don't want that. Is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
you just don't want that. You're not okay.
Yeah, you've never seen like those scary movies when
Yeah.
they like involve
I've seen the
kids?
sixth sense. I've seen the sixth sense. That's what you're talking about.
Okay,
Yes, I've seen scary movies.
okay,
Have you seen Jurassic Park, you dildo?
yeah. It's not real.
Okay.
Who calls someone a dildo? Who?
Hey man, every time I fill out the podcast, they ask me if it's explicit. I click yes, so I can say things like dildo.
You can't say dildo in other cases.
I feel like I really like calling people a dildo. Like it's a good name. That's a good one.
I don't know if anyone I know uses that other than you.
I feel like I'm always trying to come up with a new one, you know? I call my wife
Uh,
sometimes, I call her a dildo. And I think
and what does she say?
she thinks it's pretty funny usually. Like usually it's because something's really funny and I'm like, "What do you mean you dildo?" And then like I get a good chuckle.
It is nice to get a good chuckle out of your wife.
It is. Yeah, it makes my day, especially
It's
since I
like
have no
some
other friends.
yeah yeah. You're not living large in the friend category.
No, but this weekend we're gonna record the pod most likely in person for the first time. I think.
Yeah, right. Something will go wrong.
Yeah, right. My flight will probably be canceled, but if that's the case, we should be recording together next week while we eat pizza and drink a couple Mickeys.
We could do a live show and charge general admission fees.
Oh, we could. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
So Julia, if you want to meet and greet, $50.
$50 meet and greet.
$50 meet and greets.
You got
Not a
anything
bad
else, man?
idea. Not really. It's weird. I always feel weird about like going to sleep early. Because I don't want work to be here, you know? And the earlier you go to bed, the earlier you go to work. But the earlier you go to bed, the better you feel.
Yeah, I feel you. Usually on
Like,
those
and I'm
nights,
like,
those are like
I'm
the
I'm wasting
latest
my
nights.
time. Yeah, and then you're like, oh, I don't want to go to sleep. I got work tomorrow. If I go to sleep, I'm just gonna wake up and then have to go to work. And
It's
I
the
know that
worst.
sounds like pretty complainy, but I'm just tired, you know?
That's the name of the game, man.
Tired.
Tired.
Yo,
Um,
so um, do you think we'll ever see dinosaurs again?
Dude, no. I don't think you're understanding evolution quite well. Like the same reason we won't ever see ghosts is the same reason we won't ever see
It's because
dinosaurs
of
because they're
evolution.
dead. Okay, they're gone. Like
Something smells fishy. Where are the Homo erectus people? Is what I want to
we
know.
are the
Where
Homo
are they?
erectus. That's
I
us.
thought I thought we were the Homo sapiens.
I don't know, man. We're erect, aren't we? Here we are.
Some, sometimes, but I don't believe in that whole thing either.
You don't believe in erect homos or Homo erectus, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, correct. Whatever they are, I don't believe in them because where are they? You know,
Or
you are just. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't. I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is that I do believe in it. Whatever it is you're talking about, I believe in. Ghosts, I don't believe in.
Oh my gosh, man. But so you do you know about like Homo sapiens and all those kind of things?
No, dude. What do I look like? A fucking scientist?
No, you look like a dildo.
All right. Till next week. Like, comment, subscribe. You dildos.